This video is presented by Western and Southern Financial Group, a game plan for your financial future. Every great team starts with a strong foundation, and your future should too. With life insurance built like a championship roster, Western and Southern helps protect what matters most so you can focus on winning today while planning for tomorrow. Whether you're just starting out your journey, building your dynasty, or ready to retire like a champion, Western and Southern has the right play for your life stage. Visit westernsouthern.com to get your free life insurance quote today. Western and Southern, built to win.
Bills and the Eagles. Not a lot really changed with this game. Both of these teams are in. Both of these teams aren't going to have a chance to get the 1 seed. Eagles don't have a chance at the 1 seed, do they?
No, they could. I was
going to say, I don't think they could get there.
They could get the 2 with a win and a Bears loss next week, or they'll either be the 2 or the 3. And the Bills, it's that 5, 6, 7 mix with Houston and the Chargers. It could be in any order. Yeah.
So these teams are they're already in the playoffs. They can't get the 1 seed, either of these teams. Philly's already won their division. The Bills can't win theirs. 13-12. Final score here. Thrilling to the very end. Josh Allen comes up a little bit short, or a little too long, I should say, leading Khalil Shakir a little bit too much in the back of the end zone for a 2-point conversion that could have won them the game there. Top 5 graded players that we had for the Philadelphia Eagles. Linebacker Zack Baun with an 86.5. Wide receiver A.J. Brown right behind him with an 84.5. Offensive tackle Jordan Mailata, an 81.6. Edge rusher Jalix Hunt with a 73.3. Defensive tackle Moro Ojomo with a 72.5. And then Jalen Hurts a 68.0. On Buffalo side of things, wide receiver Brandon Cooks an 89.8. Cornerback Teron Johnson with a 74.5. Edge rusher Joey Bosa, 69.2. Offensive tackle Deion Dawkins, a 69.1. Offensive guard David Edwards with a 68.0. And then Josh Allen with a 61.9 overall grade. That told the story, Dalton.
Look, the Bills, the very last throw that basically ended this game, the missed 2-point conversion from Josh Allen as he's trying to hit Khalil Shakir. And first things first, I actually agree with the decision to go for 2 there, especially with the Bills. The Bills are already in the playoffs. I know they don't think of it like this, but the odds of Miami going into New England and winning next week are pretty low. Let's not go to overtime and drag this thing out in an ugly rain game that, you don't want to risk any injury. Josh Allen's already out there playing hurt with a bad foot, so I have no issue going for 2, but it's just the execution in Philadelphia territory was the difference in this game. You had the Josh Allen fumble early in the game. You had a punt from Philadelphia's 44-yard line. Allen was stopped about 2 inches short of the goal line earlier in the second half, and then you had the missed 2-point conversion. And really, it does come down a bit to Josh Allen, right? In the Philadelphia, they run a lot of zone coverages. They really keep you in front. The Bills' wide receivers, for the most part, were struggling to separate. But Josh Allen, in his own territory, all right, before Buffalo crossed midfield, 82.1 passing grade. Love that. In Philadelphia territory, a 37.6 passing grade. Bills just didn't finish drives, right? They were, I believe it was 2 for 3 in the red zone, so the red zone numbers, I couldn't quite just go with that. It was more kind of extended out throughout the entire 50 yards. But Bills had every opportunity to win this game, and they just didn't take advantage of it.
Honestly, the stat that told the story for me, it was on the other side of things, but in a lack of execution way, and that's Philadelphia. I thought Philadelphia was just a better team in this game, but 23% on third down. I mean, them being bad on third down is kind of what kept Buffalo in this one and continued to give them chances. Their 36% on third down is 24th in the NFL this season. Now, how they are in the red zone, 70% in the red zone this season, that's what's making up for this, is when they get into the red area, Philly scores a lot, better at a higher rate than every team in the NFL. But it's that between the 20s, third down stuff that really makes me nervous about this team. It just makes me feel like they are still so hot and cold, and it's hard for me to believe that a team that is that hot and cold on the money downs of third down is really going to make a deep playoff run for as talented as the Eagles are. So to me, the stat that told the story is that I feel like Philly should have won this game by even more, and they were able to keep Buffalo in it, unfortunately, because of their lack of execution on third down, which has been an issue for them all year long. Most impressive to me was Jalen Carter, 83.1 pass rush grade, 5 total pressures, 18.3% pass rush win percentage. I mean, he looked like he had the juice in this game. So he was a heavy impact player. Anytime he had one-on-one opportunities, I felt like he was a difference maker for them. And then most disappointing for me is just for as much as the Bills have tried to and have accumulated talent around Josh Allen, we're still sitting here, and it just feels like there's too many times where they go, Josh, save us, please. Do something. Do the Superman thing. And I just, it's you talk about being unsustainable. I mean, Josh Allen would have to have an MVP level run in the playoffs at his current, what is on his shoulders, what his current workload is, and how much they depend on him, that percentage of the pie that he has to take. He'd have to play at an MVP level for 4 straight games for them to win a Super Bowl. And I just don't love how much they have to rely on him to just be Superman in order to make things happen.
With most, if not all, of those games now being on the road, especially.
Right.
And now he's got a banged up foot. We're not sure if we're going to see him in Week 18. The Bills just might concede it and go, now, obviously, I would bet the Bills' backups and Mitch Trubisky beat the Jets anyway, but that's a different story for the preview show. As far as the Eagles go, I mean, again, you talk about a missed opportunity for the Bills. The Eagles ran 18 plays in the second half, Trevor, and they netted 16 total yards. They did not complete a pass in the second half, and yet they won the game. I mean, the Bills, they missed every opportunity to win this game, and to me, man, I know Brandon Cooks had the 100-yard game in this one, but if you're sitting here telling me a 32-year-old Brandon Cooks is going to solve the Bills' problems at wide receiver,
that's where I'm at with this team. I agree with you. Yeah.
Between the two big things for me, now they played a good defensive game in this one, especially the second half. They shut it down, the pouring rain, cool. The defense is probably not good enough, right, against some of the elite offenses they could see in the AFC playoffs. And this wide receiver, what reason do the Broncos or the Texans or the Chargers or really any defense have to fear this group of wide receivers? They have none. They don't have any reason to fear this group of wide receivers. The Eagles certainly didn't, and it helped them shut out the Bills for 3 straight quarters. So I think the Bills fundamentally, look, is Allen good enough to carry them all the way? Probably, yeah. It would take a Superman-type run, but how many times are we going to rely on him to do that? Right? And he's had those runs, and they still let him down at times. So I think that's a problem. Most impressive guy for me, give me Zack Baun. Man, when you have a middle linebacker like this who's just, it felt like almost out of nowhere last year, became one of the best linebackers in football. 6 tackles, 4 stops, 87.9 coverage grade. Just flying all over the field, a forced incompletion as well. This guy really has become the leader of their defense right in the middle of it. Didn't have Nakobe Dean next to him, but Jahad Campbell, the rookie, played a really solid game next to him as well. But, man, Zack Baun, the way he puts things together in the middle of this defense is just outstanding.
It's so funny. When he was coming out of Wisconsin, I remember watching Zack Baun, and undersized for an edge rusher, but I was like, no. What he does best is he's an edge rusher. Like he gets after the pass, and like he had a really high pass win percentage, really high pass rush grade, all that kind of stuff. And so when he was struggling early on in the NFL, like when he was with the Saints and everything, it was like, okay, well they didn't really know where to play him. They played him as an off-ball linebacker. Sometimes they played him as an edge, and he was sort of in between these positions. And then he got to Philadelphia, and they're like, no, you're an off-ball linebacker. And even I was, because of how I viewed him coming out of college, I was like, all right, well, this is never going to work. Like, this is a waste. And now he's a top 5 off-ball linebacker.
I mean, you have to remember too, for darn near I think maybe 40 years now, Vic Fangio's coached some of the best linebackers of all time. Right? When you talk about, he's coached Ray Lewis, he's coached Patrick Willis, he's coached Navarro Bowman back on those San Fran teams. It feels like everywhere Vic Fangio has been, the linebackers have been outstanding, and I think that's really a huge difference there as Fangio gets with Baun, and it's just like, oh, okay, this works now. This talent with this coach works, man. I mean, to have Fangio as his coach, as a guy trying to figure out that linebacker position, you couldn't ask for any better.
I would agree.
Everyone's got takes. Numbers have truth. And the truth is, most people are betting with emotion. Sportsbooks feed on it. TikTok gurus sell it. The hype machine runs on it. That's how you lose. PFF is different. You're betting with winning data. The same data trusted by all 32 NFL teams and the sharpest minds in the game. PFF betting tools take every prop, every matchup, every angle, and run them through our custom models. Built on the best football data in the world. What comes back is your edge. Simple, sharp, and built to win. Want to go deeper? PFF puts a pro-level analytics department in your hands, giving you the same insights teams use to find every advantage. Build your game plan with matchup analysis. Project every snap, every matchup, and every edge before kickoff. Because the smartest plays start long before Sunday. Hit rates show how a player performs against their prop and against defenses built the same way. It's the data that gives you real confidence in every pick. Next, Key Insights translates PFF data into the story behind every matchup, giving you the why that powers your bets. From coverage schemes to defensive looks, it's the context that turns raw numbers into winning decisions. When you're ready to take action, filter through every prop on the market and focus on the opportunities that matter, by game, matchup, or value. Then, shop for the best available line in your area and tap your book of choice to place the bet instantly. Everyone's got takes, but now you've got truth. Bet with data, win with PFF.